Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home, and we're going to use a tube where I've got mine set up here on a higher setting. We're going to use a set of dumbbells and a ball, and that is it. So a fit ball. If you don't have a fit ball, it's okay. I can give you another way to do this exercise, but if you do have a fit ball, make sure you grab those three things and we'll get started. Remember to always come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. So 5 to 10 minutes of a warm up, walking around the block or walking on your treadmill or going up and down your stairs. You can even just, do some standing marches. I did a warm up video a couple weeks ago. You could use that. There's lots of ways to just kind of get your heart rate up and get your muscles ready to move. Okay, so we're going to do a straight arm lat pull. So your lats are your big muscles in your back, your latissimus dorsi, and there's a few different ways to work them. This one we're going to use straight arms. So I want you to stagger your feet. So we're not doing like a tandem stance, but just stagger one foot forward, 1 foot back, still a wide stance. But staggering your feet can help protect your back. So you need to engage your core for this. We're going to start with your hands out here, nice and straight, shoulders stay down. And pull it straight to your legs, straight to your thighs. Keep your core tight. Try to keep everything nice and tall. 4, 5. If you feel like your weight is too much, 6, you can scoot forward a little bit. 7. Conversely, if you need a little more, you can scoot back. Hi, Tubby. Hi, baby. 9. And 10. Good. Keep those elbows straight on this one. So we do the similar thing for your triceps where your elbows are bent. This one you're going straight. So you're working your shoulders and your lats in your back. Okay, next we're going to do floor to stand. So we're going to get down onto the floor on your hands and knees. Now remember to do this next to something like a coffee table or maybe a sturdy kitchen chair or something like that, maybe a workout bench in case you need it if you know that you have trouble with this. Also, if you have a lot of trouble with this, make sure someone else is around in case you need a little extra assistance. But we're going to be down on all fours, so your hands directly beneath your shoulders, your knees directly beneath your hips, and we're going to bring 1 foot forward. So we'll go foot, hand, up, and then press up, and then stand up nice and tall. We're going to switch legs. So remember that if you bring the foot forward and you can't quite get it forward, you can go foot, hand, up, and then foot, hand, up. So if you can't quite bring that leg all the way forward, if you get here, then you can also bring this hand to kind of help you get that foot there. And then importantly, bringing your weight back over your hips. We've talked about this before, but it's important to bring their weight back over your hips so that when you stand up, you're standing up straight. Keep going if you're working and you know what you need to do here. But bring that weight up so that you are standing straight up, not going forward. So if you get here and then I've had a lot of people try to start here and then they try to stand up and then their weight's going forward. So really using your hand here to push off your leg to stand up. And also, if you can't quite do it with just your body weight here and you need to have that chair or coffee table or workout bench right here also to push up off of, that's okay. Because if you were to fall and you couldn't get off the floor, you could maybe crawl over to that sturdy object, or if you're down on the floor playing with your grandkids, something like that, crawling over to something sturdy to help you so that you know that it's a safe way to stand up if you have a hard time doing this on your own. One more on each leg. Even if you're really good at this, it's something good to practice and think about through your head, like how you would do it, because at some point, you're going to be on the ground for, like I said, for a variety of reasons. Gardening, playing on the floor, whatever, cleaning. And being able to get up off the floor is a really important thing. So like I said, even if it's easy, it's still a good workout. It's still a full body workout to go down and up and down and up. So maybe do 10 on each leg. Really practice it and really envision how to do it safely. Okay, now we're going to use some dumbbells. We're going to do an alternating shoulder press. So remember to use good form when you bend over to pick up your weights. We're going to do this one either in a tandem stance or a staggered stance or just a narrowed stance. Bring your weights up here to your shoulders. We're going to alternate the shoulder press. So focusing on one side at a time and keep that core engaged. If you have back pain with this motion, go ahead and sit down. You can sit in a chair or sit on a ball. Keep breathing straight up overhead. The other thing is if you're having any shoulder pain, you can limit the range of motion and just go to here. Or you can bring those arms in and press up from here. Bring those elbows in. You can press it either way. It works the deltoid a little bit differently, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. 2 more. 9, 9. And then also make sure you're standing straight and you're not like bending back to push that up. If you're doing that, you probably have a little bit too heavy of a weight and you need to drop down. Okay, set those down with good form. And now we're going to grab the fit ball. If you don't have a fit ball, you can do this one on the floor, just, hi Baloo, just lying on the floor and coming up just a little, not very far, but we're going to do a back extension. So one thing you could do is maybe put a pillow under your hips if you don't have a fit ball. So we're going to come down onto the ball and play avoid your golden retriever. So we're going to be deep here. I want your hands on your shoulders like this. Hey, sit, sit. Nope, we're not playing right now. Okay, so we're going to be here. We're going to come up to neutral. So right here is neutral. So you're going to bend over the ball and then just come up to neutral. So going, this is a back extension, but you're not going into an extension. You're just going into neutral. So over, come up, keeping your shoulders on your, keeping your hands on your shoulders. Coming up. Just to neutral here. So you should be feeling it all back in here. You should not be having low back pain with this. If you're having low back pain, come up even less. So you can come up just to here. Just make that range of motion even smaller if you are having any low back pain. This will work your back extensors. So you're working your posterior chain here, you're working those extensors, but you are doing it in a safe range of motion where that back will not be compromised. We want your back to be strong, and working on keeping it strong is a good way to avoid that back pain. Okay. Next, we're going to do windshield legs. Now, if you have a BOSU or a balance disc, you can use that here. Otherwise, you can just do it on the floor. I'm going to show you how to do it on the floor. So I'm going to bring this down just a little. So we're going to sit on the floor with your hands behind you like this. Like I said, if you have a BOSU or a fit ball or a balance disc or even just a pillow, you can do this. You can also do it on the side of a bench, but here's how to do it on the floor. So I'm going to do windshield legs. So thinking about, how trucks have those windshield wipers that come from above and they go like this. We're going to do that with your feet. So we're going to pick up your feet and go side to side like this. So kind of pivoting from your knees from the top down. So your knees are staying in the center and your feet are going side to side. So you can do this on the floor, leaning back like this. Importantly, keeping your back tall, not rounding like this. That puts pressure on your back. So you could put like a small ball or a small pillow in the small of your back here. Side to side. We're going to go 10 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you please get them out of here? 9.
Okay.
10. Okay, now we're going to end with a balance challenge. So remember, after being on the floor, standing up slowly. So getting up into a seated position and then doing that floor to stand, maybe even slower, so you get to hear, making sure your head is in, proper alignment and you're not getting dizzy here, and then you can stand up. Okay, one more. We're going to do a balance challenge. We're going to do airplane tip overs. So standing on one leg, and we're going to tip over into an airplane. Now, instead of holding it, we're going to go back and forth. So notice that my back is nice and straight. I'm not going to bend like this. You want to just tip at the hips. You're just rotating on that one leg. So not only is this a balance challenge, it's a really good hip stabilizer for the leg that you're standing on. Arms out to the side, keeping this whole side in alignment. Now you can go small just to here back and forth if that feels like a really big challenge for you. And then you can also go, into a full straight out. So do about 5 nice and slowly on one side. Or you can do 30 seconds. Nice and slowly. Really thinking about how those feet are. You're using all of your toes, trying to keep your weight balanced throughout your foot. If you notice that you're kind of going into one side of your foot, like if you're balancing over on this, on the outside of your foot or on the inside of your foot, think about balancing that throughout your toes and the entire length of your foot. You want to use all of that for good support. Just tipping at the hips here. My back is staying straight and in line with my leg that is going out. All right, good. So that's, like I said, it's a good hip stabilizer for that standing leg, and it's a balance, and your core is also having to engage to keep you upright. Okay, so go ahead and do those through a couple more times. You can add some cardio in between to spruce it up and keep your heart rate up. And then at the end, do a good cool down and do your stretches following all of this. All right, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time.